It's Yu-Gi-Oh time! Hello and welcome to another Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile, and today we're gonna have a look at one of the anime classics. It's Heroes. Yeah, you know me, I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player from day one. I've been watching the anime, I'm playing the games, I'm playing the video games, the card games and whatnot. And I just love my old anime archetypes. And when they got a bunch of cool new support to actually be a decent deck in the year 2022, you can bet your ass I'm gonna try it out. So, let's have a look at it. And before we get into it, I just want to remind you that this is my deck profile and this is my ratios that work out for me and I feel most comfortable with. If you have different ratios, let me know down in the comments how you play it and why. So, first and foremost, we got the two Elemental Hero Stratos. 2 is plain enough. I mean, obviously it does a lot, it searches and can destroy back row, but we have a lot of searches already in the deck to get to your Elemental Hero Stratos. So, you know, having too many monsters in your hands, that can be bricky. And then we have the 2 Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist kind of is in the same boat. Does a lot of things. If it's special summoned, you get to Mass Chains, and if it gets to the graveyard, you get to search another hero. So we just keep rolling with that. The Liquid Soldier can special summon from the grave, but most of the time you're just gonna use it, poly it away, fuse it away, and then draw 2, discard 1. And then finally for the Elemental Hero package, we got the one Honest Neos. It's not a great card, but once again you have a million searchers in the deck for this. A nice little boost to open up some OTKs, and also can be used for certain fusions where you need A, a different attribute, or B, a high level. For your Destiny Heroes, you're running 2 Malicious at all times as long as this card is a 2. If this card would be at 3, you would run 3, obviously. So this is just easy special summon from the deck, thin out your deck, and then we got the Plasma, which is a decent turn 1 play, even though you don't suck up a monster. Just sitting on the field and negating your opponent's monster effects is pretty good. Same with Dark Angel. Dark Angel is a new tech that, well, new. It has been around for a couple of months, and I think people really started playing it during the Despia Age. I don't know how good it specifically is in this meta, but putting a monster on your opponent's field and locking them out of spell cards completely, unless they get rid of this, is a fun little card for you, not for your opponent. And then finally, for the Destiny Heroes, there's the Denia, so you can recycle your Mali and basically get a third summon out of it. Now, finally, for the Vision Heroes, Triple Faris, I feel like this is the most important. This is one of the most important cards in the deck. Like, it does so much. Special summon itself, and then it goes into Increase, and then you summon Increase, and then you just get Vion on the field. And Vion on itself is just like, oh yeah, by the way, 2 Vion, not just 1, 2 Vion. Because if you have 1 in hand, you can't really go for this entire road anymore. So we want to run it at 2. I mean, Vion, when it's summoned, send a hero to the graveyard that can be any of those. Like, it's good for the Naya, it's good for Mali, it's good for Shadow Mist, and it's just an insane card. And also you can banish a hero and then get a vanilla Poly out of your deck. And finally, yes, I do have Triple Ash Blossom because this card just remains to be generically good. Moving over to the Spell and Traps. A hero lives. You absolutely... Why would you play this at any less than 3? Yeah, you pay half your life points, but you can special summon any Elemental Hero from your deck. That goes for Stratos, that goes for Shadow Mist, even for Liquid Soldier, if whatever. Well, any level 4, that is. But, you know, it opens up so many plays, open up so many options, and you gotta have it. You gotta play it. Mass Change, same thing. Why would you not run this at 3? You can... Use some of the most strongest cards in your deck amongst heroes. Dark Law is a thing, so getting out Dark Law at all times is a good plan. Fusion Destiny is something that just recently came back to 3, and I'm currently running 3 of them. However, I'm seriously not sure about the ratio. Honestly, because it's a once per turn, and having multiple in your hand is not really a good thing. And with this deck, you can get DP out with a bunch of other ways, like just doing a regular Poly. So I'm not 100% sure, I'm not 100% sold on the Fusion Destiny ratio. Right now I'm playing 3, but I might cut that back to 2. And as we move on, there's the Miracle Fusion. Obviously, play this because you can search it with the Sunrise and go into some more plays. I got the one Emergency Call. This is like a card that has been phased out by certain decks. I've seen a lot of decks that kind of phase this out. I think it's still good. It's easy ash bait. I mean, you would never ash this, but sometimes maybe you need to. So It's just free. It's you can get this and then combine it with reinforcement of the army. Like if you have like reinforcement of the army and emergency call, and just like you get this and your opponent dashes this and you get this and your opponent maybe doesn't negate for that, and then you just go into hero lifts and go like, yeah, good one. But anyway, I would never ash any of these, honestly. Then we got the One Foolish Burial. Gets your Shadow Mist, your Deniers, or your Malice into the graveyard. Also, this is not like a must-have, but I feel like it's a nice option card because, again, you still can get a lot from it. The Called by the Grave to negate your opponent's hand traps, mostly, or any effects, if there's anything bothersome on the field. And then I still want to Lightning Storm. I know people don't really main deck Lightning Storm anymore, but I still highly value the OTK potential of this deck. This deck has a lot of options to play through multiple negates if you have a decent hand, of course. Sometimes you might just look at stuff that's not optimal, but still, if you just have the Lightning Storm, for me, it just baits out more negates and cleans up the field and helps you just go for game very, very quickly. Same thing goes for Droplet. I only run 2 of this. I know, ratio-wise, a lot of people run 3, but 3 for me, I feel it's a little bit bricky. But, you know, again, if you value Droplet over like Lightning Storm and whatnot, you can cut to 1 Lightning Storm and you get another Droplet. And then finally, same thing goes for Infinite Impermanence. I play that one at 2 because that's like my favorite ratio, 2 and 2 for the Droplets and the Imperms. Because sometimes you just open up a hand and you have like 2 Droplets and 2 Imperms and whatnot, and it doesn't really do anything if you don't have any playable cards in your hand. So rather clean up with the Lightning Storm than just have like the 1 or 2 negates. But still, my opinion, if you have a problem with it, let me know in the comments, but don't be a dick about it, alright? On second thought, if you want to be a dick about it, go ahead, I don't care. I'm way better at being a dick than you are, so try me. Anyway, here's the Darklaw. Do I have to say anything about this card? It's an amazing card. It's super powerful, banishing everything your opponent would send to the graveyard, and also once per turn, if your opponent adds cards to the hand, you will banish a random card from the hand directly. Then we got the Blast, also the Darklaw at 2. You could technically run that 3, but I think 2 is enough to make room for Blast, which, to be quite fair, it's more of an option card. If you just have Stratos on field, for example, you have Mass Change, and you've been negated a couple of times, and it's like your only play to go into Blast, you know, it's not a bad card. Then we have the Acid, which blows up the entire back row, which is a great card in combination with Ab Zero, which, surprise, surprise, I have Absolute Zero in the deck. When this card leaves the field, blow up all your opponent's monsters. So, Mass Change this one, blow up the monsters, go into this one, and then blow up the back row. So, profits. Then we have the one Escuridao, which is not really good card, but it needs an elemental hero and a dark monster. It's the same thing as it is for Blast. It's an option card if you do have, let's see, you have a Shadow Mist in your hand and you really want to get it into the graveyard, and you have a Poly and whatnot, so you can make that one. It's not necessary to run. If you don't like these cards, like the Escuridao or the Blast, that's fine. That's stuff I feel like you could cut if you favor something else. We got the one Sunrise, gets you your Miracle Fusion and can pop a card every time heroes attack. Well, once per turn, not every time. That would be insane. Speaking of insane, we got the Destiny Hero Destroy Penis Enforcer. I'm sorry, but still. This card is amazing. Obviously, play it. Pop cards on the field, on both sides. Pop itself, comes back every turn. Super annoying. Destiny Hero Dangerous. Another card where I'm just saying I'm mostly running it because we have the Fusion Destiny at 3, and this card needs a Destiny Hero and a Dark Effect monster. So, you don't have to go too deep into your D-Hero pool for this one, and also a Dark Hero monster. Well, you can send Shadow Mist to the graveyard and get a search. Dystopia, same thing, this one is just here. Potentially giving you another pop, but it needs some other setup for it. Generically speaking, this is not the best card, but I had the space, so I was just like, I mean, this used to be Anaconda, but now Anaconda's banned, so we'll play Dystopia, I guess. And I got the one Vision Hero Trinity, opens up a lot of OTKs. Just if your opponent has a big board and he just kind of droplets his big board and just swing in all of his monsters with 5k attack. Yes, 5k attack. That's how much this card has. When it's summoned, only that turn. Crazy. It's the One Punch Man of the deck. And then we have the 2 Cross Crusader. This is another card that just has so many insane effects Some, when it's summoned, you get a D hero back into one of the arrows, and then, well, you don't have to summon it into one of the arrows. But with the second effect, you have any hero that is pointed on, always like a D hero every... No, only Destiny heroes, and then you can search another hero from your deck. Crazy search power, this is what I'm talking about, what heroes does. There's like so many cards that just they like search this, do that, summon this, etc. Same thing with Wonder Driver. If anything is special summoned to his arrow, you can retake a change card, a mask change, a regular poly, or like any kind of fusion card you have in the deck and just put it back on the field. And finally, the Dread Decimator, which it's just like if you have enough bodies on the field to make it, it's cool. It will boost all your hero monsters with different names in your graveyard. So also gives piercing damage and opens up some more OTK boards, and that's the deck. So that's the deck, as I already mentioned. If you have any ideas, any things you run in your hero decks, let me know down in the comments. I do not have a side deck for this video because I feel like that keeps shifting around. You know, I'm making this video early October, maybe in like 2 months or like a month after like a YCS, after new things come up. Some people will be like, oh, your side deck is completely outdated. Yes, because it keeps changing. Just like ideas for side deck, obviously like the third Lightning Storm, and again, if you prefer the droplet ratio, get another droplet, get another imperm. And other than that, I feel like Rivalry of the Warlords is also a very good card because all of your monsters are warriors, and at the same time, you can actually lock out your opponent if you give him Dark Angel, flip up Rivalry, and then it's just locked into warriors, and it can't even play spell cards anymore. So that's a tech. That's something that I've seen a lot of people do, but I would keep that in the side. I wouldn't run that in the main from the get-go. Obviously, this is a more going second deck because you have enough place, you have enough ways to get around your opponent's negates, depending, of course, on your hands. It will not all the time get around everything, but still, I feel like it's more Holly go second, then that's why I got the Lightning Storms and whatnot. Yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Like I'm saying, side deck is mostly Floodgates and whatever counters the meta, and the meta right now would be tier elements, but who knows what's going to happen in the next coming weeks and months. So, thank you very much for watching. That's gonna do it for this Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for figure views, card game stuff, and whatever the elemental heroes want. Well, actually, all the heroes.